Welcome to Palmetto Middle School's Battle of the Books for 2025. We will have one battle today with two teams competing. The top two teams will move on to the district competition to face off against Powdersville Middle and Wren Middle. We will begin by reviewing the battle rules. Teams have received and are expected to adhere to the extended rules, but we will now review the basics. Each team will have 30 seconds in which to completely answer a question through their team spokesperson. The team spokesperson will have 10 seconds to ask that a question be repeated. This repeat plus the answer must still be done in the 30-second time frame. If there is no response after the first 20 seconds, the timekeeper announces warning, and the team spokesperson must respond within the next 10 seconds. The timekeeper will announce time at the end of the 30 seconds. If a correct answer is given within the allotted time, the team is awarded 5 points. If someone other than the team spokesperson answers, whether that person is on the team or the answer is exclaimed by someone in the audience, the question will be eliminated and another one asked in its place. If a team does not answer its question correctly within the 30-second time limit, no points are scored by either team. The moderator will give the correct answer to the question. The other team will then receive the next new question. Team members may talk to each other only when it is their turn to answer and only after the question has been read. Teams may huddle and consult only while deciding upon an answer. The team spokesperson is the only team member who may say the answer for a team. If a team member talks out of turn, when it is not his team's turn, talking or conferring before the questioner has finished asking the question, answering when he is not the team spokesperson, or talking at other times like making noises or laughing, the team will be penalized 2 points for each infraction. A correct answer consists of the title of the book as announced at the beginning of the competition. Once the team spokesperson begins to respond with a title, only that title will be accepted as the team's answer. If the spokesperson attempts to change the answer after beginning, the answer will be judged incorrect and no points will be awarded. Initial articles and titles will be disregarded when determining if a title is given correctly. A round will consist of 10 questions for each team. At the end of a round, if a score is tied, there will be a sudden death tiebreaker round. We will participate in 2 full rounds before seeing if there needs to be any tiebreaker rounds. Before we begin, our teams are going to introduce their members, and we will begin with Team Eyes Don't Lie.
Hi, my name is Kinsley and I'm our team's spokesperson. I'm Heather Novak. I'm Liliana Clausen.
Okay, and then the members for the Emerald City Readers.
I'm Holly. I'm Ayla.
I'm Noah. I'm Gabriel.
I'm Eden.
Okay, and I will now read through the list of accepted titles. Attack of the Black Rectangles, Blackbird Blue Road, The Bluest Sky, Camp Famous, Dream Annie Dream, A Duet for Home, Hummingbird, The Last Mapmaker, Meet Me Halfway, Playing Through the Turnaround, Rain Rising, A Song Called Home, Sweet and Sour, Those Kids from Fawn Creek, We Were the Fire, What Happened to Rachel Riley, Where the Sky Lives, The Whispering Fog, and Yonder. We are ready to begin the first battle. Teams, are you ready? Okay. We're going to begin with Eyes Don't Lie for this round. Eyes Don't Lie. This is question 1. In which book is a character afraid of water, snakes, and tongues?
Attack of the Black Rectangles.
That is correct. The Emerald City Readers, this is your first question. In which book does a character find his father's contact information in a letter hidden under his mother's mattress?
The bluest sky.
That is correct. Okay, question 2 for Eyes Don't Lie. In which book do a girl's peers think that she is a spy?
Cat Famous.
That is correct. Question 2 for the Emerald City readers. In which book does a girl find a map hidden in an eyeglass case?
The Last Mapmaker.
That is correct. Moving on to question 3 for Eyes Don't Lie. In which book does a character meet another character who looks just like her?
Meet Me Halfway.
That is correct. Question 3 for the Emerald City readers. In which book does a teacher ask students to play instruments that aren't actually instruments?
Playing Through the Turnaround.
That's correct. Question 4 for Eyes Don't Lie. In which book does a girl receive a guitar for her birthday from an anonymous sender?
A Duet for Home.
I'm sorry, this one is a song called Home. Okay. Question 4 for the Emerald City readers. In which book does a character admit that she hates her name?
Duet for Home.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is Those Kids from Fawn Creek. Okay, we're halfway through. No, I'm sorry, we're about to be halfway through. This is going to be the 5th question for this round. 5th question for Eyes Don't Lie. In which book do children decide to protest because they don't have to worry about losing their jobs?
We Were the Fire.
That is correct. Question 5 for the Emerald City readers. In which book does a girl often get migraines?
Those Kids from Fawn Creek.
I'm sorry, the answer is Whispering Fog. Okay, we're halfway through this round now, so we're moving on to question 6 for Eyes Don't Lie. In which book does a character go with her mom on an archaeological dig in order to secretly survey a piece of land?
Is it Dream Annie Dream?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. The correct answer is Where the Sky Lives. Okay, question 6 for the Emerald City readers. In which book does a girl take care of her sick brother, which sometimes means she has to amputate his fingers and toes?
Blackbird Blue Road.
That is correct. Question 7 for Eyes Don't Lie. In which book is there a sloth named Bon Jovi?
Hummingbird.
That is correct. Question 7 for the Emerald City readers. In which book do characters sit in a window ledge and listen to someone playing music every night at 8 o'clock?
A Duet for Home.
That is correct. Question 8 for Eyes Don't Lie. In which book does a mother not want her daughter to focus on playing basketball or acting because, quote, there's no one who looks like us?
Dream Annie Dream.
That is correct. Question 8 for the Emerald City readers. In which book does the main character share a name with a type of precipitation?
Rain Rising.
That is correct. Okay, on to question 9 for Eyes Don't Lie. In which book is a character excited to receive a canoe as a birthday gift?
Those Kids from Fawn Creek.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is Sweet and Sour. Okay, question number 9 for the Emerald City readers. In which book does a character feel weird about buying a book for a birthday present?
Sweet and Sour.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. It is What Happened to Rachel Riley. Okay, we're about to move on to the last question of this round. Question 10 for Eyes Don't Lie. In which book do two characters find a word painted in red on a widow's house?
Whispering Fall.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is Yonder. And the last question for round 1 for the Emerald City readers. In which book is a girl sad about giving up her bunk bed, which was handmade by her dad?
A Song Called Home.
A Song Called Home is correct. Yes. We are going to take a minute to look over our scores from round 1 before starting round 2. Okay, at the end of round 1, Team Eyes Don't Lie have 30 points, and the Emerald City readers have 35 points. So we are really close. So we are about to start round 2. Since we began with Eyes Don't Lie for round 1, for this round we are going to begin with the Emerald City readers first. Okay? All right, teams, are you ready? Okay, here we go. For round 2, question 1 for the Emerald City readers. In which book does a character say most people in the town have to go to the next town over to buy Cheetos?
Those Kids from Fawn Creek.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is Attack of the Black Rectangles. Okay, question 1 for Eyes Don't Lie. In which book does a character say every Cuban knows the water is best in months that don't have an R, no matter how nice the weather is?
The Bluest Sky.
The Bluest Sky is correct. Okay, going back to Emerald City readers, question 2. Which book is written by Waka T. Brown?
Jane Annie Jane.
That is correct. Question 2 for Eyes Don't Lie. In which book is there an uncle who went through, quote, the prodigal years?
Hummingbird.
Hummingbird is correct. Okay, question 3 for the Emerald City readers. In which book is a character named after the wife of a famous writer?
Meet Me Halfway.
That is correct. Question 3 for Eyes Don't Lie. In which book is English class the main character's favorite subject because she feels like what she thinks matters there?
Yonder.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is Rain Rising. Okay, going on to question 4 for the Emerald City readers. In which book are 2 young boys called the Twin Tornadoes because of the destruction they leave wherever they go?
Sweet and sour.
That is correct. Okay, question 4 for Eyes Don't Lie. In which book does a girl have a favorite podcast?
What happened to Rachel Riley?
That is correct. Okay, on to question 5 for the Emerald City readers. In which book is a character named Tuesday?
Where the Sky Lives.
That is correct. Question 5 for Eyes Don't Lie. Which book begins with an inscription from the Blue Ridge Parkway?
Sweet and sour.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is Yonder. Okay, we're halfway through round 2. We're moving on to question 6 for the Emerald City readers. In which book is the word bacon used instead of cuss words?
Warning.
Sweet and sour.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is hummingbird. Okay, question 6 for Eyes Don't Lie. In which book does a boy have a vision of himself on a road with a man who has too many eyes?
Blackbird Blue Road.
That is correct. Okay, question 7 for the Emerald City readers. In which book are characters stranded because there are no more buses coming?
Meet me halfway.
That is correct. Question 7 for Eyes Don't Lie. In which book does a character finally read the Queen's full proclamation after discovering it wasn't printed in full?
The Last Mapmaker.
That is correct. Question 8 for the Emerald City readers. Which book is written by Jennifer Blecker?
Camp Famous.
That is correct. Question 8 for Eyes Don't Lie. In which book does a new kid who has previously lived in Paris and New York City join the class?
Yonder.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is Those Kids from Fawn Creek. Okay, question 9 for the Emerald City readers. In which book does a family celebrate the Lunar New Year?
Dream Any Dream.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is A Song Called Home. Okay, question 9 for Eyes Don't Lie. In which book do the titles of the chapters focus on different characters?
Warning.
Those Kids from Fawn Creek.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is Playing Through the Turnaround. Okay, this is the last question of round 2. Question 10, the Emerald City readers. In which book does a girl like to escape to Magic House, a large cardboard box?
The Whispering Fog.
That is correct. And question 10 for Eyes Don't Lie. In which book is a character surprised by having a person wave at him and hug him?
Blackbird Blue Road.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is We Were the Fire. We Were the Fire. So now that we have completed round 2, I'm going to take a look at our scores. You guys can relax for just a minute. Okay. For round 2, Team Eyes Don't Lie, you received 25 points. And for round 2, the Emerald City Readers, you received 35 points. The total from 2 rounds of competition, Eyes Don't Lie, you received a total of 55 points. And the Emerald City Readers, you received a total of 70 points, which makes you our school winner. But both of our teams get to go to our district competition. So give yourselves a round of applause. Great job today. And I want to say Eyes Don't Lie was even missing a team member today. I think they're out due to sickness. So well done. Very good job today with just 3 of you. So we will share more about our district competition for everybody in our school and our parents later, okay? Great job today, guys.